it was all on the road, and K State also won all 3 of those games.
Wow. So we got some work to do.
It was all in conference play too.
Oh man.
They keep up to the ante. Yeah. No pressure.
Oh man.
We'll start with opening statement from Coach, then we'll go to questions.
Hey, first of all, I just want to thank our fans. People can be offended sometimes when you challenge them, and I challenged our students and challenged our season ticket holders to make sure that they give their tickets away. And I love every one of them, but I mean, part of loving is expecting, some things. And our students responded like, man, I could not believe, and our fans were incredible. And so that atmosphere, that was a big-time game in a big-time atmosphere, and all of the world got to see that on ESPN2, and it's going to help us in recruiting. It's going to help us, just with everything moving forward. And so, but now they've told on themselves, right? They can be at the games and they can be loud, and just like our guys have told on themselves that, they can get 8 kills in a game, and they can, guard and rebound a little bit. So, just everybody, I think there's a lot of telling on ourselves this game, and I'm just very thankful for the win, and very proud of our guys. They're just really gritty and tough, and they're very poised in tough situations, and so that's a credit to them and their hard work. No questions. Let's go. All right.
Much better was your defense tonight than it has been?
Oh, it was a lot better. But, we were more focused tonight, Tim. Like, we challenged the guys. I thought they were locked in on the game plan for the South Dakota State game, and it showed, right, with how we played and how we defended. And then we haven't been as locked in, and so we challenged them to, be locked in on the game. If they listened to the game plan and they followed it and focused it, that we would win this game, and they did. And so for the most part, and so I was very, very, very pleased.
Jerome, can you walk me through that last play where Tyler hits the shot? He said it was actually supposed to go to Cam, then he steps up and makes it. How did that just work?
There was a couple options on that. We'd gotten the lob to Cam off of the up screen in the first half. We got the lob in the first half, and then he should have completed the lob. The pass was a little off, and we knew that it set up a flare for Cam. And if the flare wasn't there, then it was going to turn into a ball screen for TP. And so the guy did a really good job. I think it was Longino that was guarding Cam, did a good job of fighting over the top of the flare. So then Dave set the screen and then flipped the screen. And their rule is on a flip ball screen, they automatically switch. So now they got TP on their 5-man. And then he was able to drive his feet inside the 3-point line. So then he was able to get the step back for the shot. And once he stepped back, I knew it was going in.
Is that the version of Arthur Kaluma you've been waiting on?
Yeah, in the first half, yeah. And I thought like he was super special in the first half, and he was good in the second half. And they made an adjustment, right? They paid more attention to him, and then Cam stepped up in the second half. And that's when you have multiple weapons, that's where like one guy gets going, and I thought our guys kept getting Arthur shots, right? And then they said, okay, let's take Art away. And well, if they take Art away, it's going to leave somebody else open. And Cam got going. We got to get Cam going downhill some, and then TP was TP, and so I felt like going into the year, we had more weapons that were ready to step up, and we're starting to see some of that, and I think we can keep improving in that area.
Love to know your thoughts just on Will McNair's game tonight.
Oh, Will was good. Will is, I think. All right, let's. I'm not gonna go there with that. I was very pleased with Will. I thought he was focused. That's the kind of thing. I think there's some shots he was disappointed that he missed. But I wasn't concerned. I wanted him to go to the next play, and that's the growth that Will's gonna make, where he can he can go 6 for 10 instead of 4 for 10, and not because his ability is going to improve, not that. It's going to be because he's not going to worry about the missed shot, and he's going to go make the next play, and that's going to be an evolution for him, that he doesn't worry about the things that don't go well, and he just focuses on doing the next right thing.
Tyler's struggled shooting early in games, the last handful of times out, really this entire game until the last shot. Is there something that it's just bad luck, or does he need to be more aggressive, or is there something that he could do better that he's doing late in games to set himself up to get started quicker?
If I knew that answer, then we would make that adjustment and we'd do it. This is what I think. I think people are game planning to stop him early, and I thought his first half was incredible, right? 3 assists, 1 turnover. We have an 8-point lead against the top 25 team in the country, right? I mean, he was a floor general out there, and he was guarding on the defensive end, and he looked like he was frustrated because the ball wasn't going in, and so the growth is going to be not to be frustrated, and then he's going to be able to relax and make some of those shots and not think about it early on. But the more the other guys step up and do that, the less they're going to be able to focus in on him, and then we're going to watch him do better or make some shots earlier. But I don't care if he waits till the last 2 seconds to make a shot all game long. As long as it goes in and we win, I'm good.
Coach, kind of going along with that, he said, he has the trust in himself for all the hours that he's worked and everything. Just kind of explain the trust for, you to dial something up during the last play.
Well, it's, we just trust our work, and we don't trust the results. Results are going to change, but if we put in the work, and him and Cam, they put in the work, Arthur puts in the work, so you trust him in those moments, and the team trusts him, right? Because they see the work he puts in, they see what he does every day at practice, and I'm just telling you, he is, we've been saying we've been taking applications all applications are being taken, and my man has submitted an application and now is putting in the work to earn the right to lead the team and to coach the team and to talk in huddles, and because he's becoming an everyday guy.
How much have you been able to learn about this team over these last 3 overtime wins?
A lot. I'm learning a lot. We proved that we were gritty and tough, as this thing has been going along. The Providence game, proved that. I know we can, when we take the right shots, we can make shots. What I'm learning is that they really they probably love each other more than I give them credit for, because of how they're covering up for each other now defensively, and our communication is growing. It's got a ways to go, but you see it out there that they're talking, and they're talking early, loud, and often, and that's helping our defense, and it's going to continue to help the rest of it. So I like where we're at. Everybody would like to be undefeated right now, and you'd say, well, Coach, man, do you really want to play all these overtime games? Well, maybe if we don't play those other 2 overtime games, we're not poised in this one, so I don't know about y'all, but I had a smile on my face in overtime, and I looked in their eyes, and I saw they were like, hey, we got this, and even when we're down 4, we didn't get rattled. And so those are the things that come from being in those overtime games that everybody thought we sucked for having to go to overtime. And so that's the blessing of this journey that we're going through.
How nice was it? I know in the other 2 overtimes, you basically just kind of were able to blitz your way to the overtime win, to kind of have to work for it a little bit in that overtime period. How nice was that to see?
Now, I kind of like the blitz thing better, yeah. But no, watching them not get frustrated, the foul, the bucket that was made, I think they hit 1 3-pointer, but then they were 1 for 4 from the field in the overtime, so that's 25%, I think, from 2. Let me make sure I say that right. Yeah, in overtime, they were 1 for 4. That's 25%. The one that they made, I think, was a 3, and then they got to the free throw line, and the guys didn't get frustrated because of the fouls or them getting to the free throw line. We came down and we took care of business on the other end, by going, 60% from 2 and 1 for 2 from 3, and and then we made our 2 free throws. So it was just a big time game, and they're a good team, well coached. They got great. We did what we're supposed to do at home and for the Big 12, and if the Baylor Bears can pull this thing off here, take care of business, then I think we win the Big East Challenge, Big 12 Big East Challenge, and so that's a great day for the Big 12.
And then obviously I know you want to celebrate this one and worry about the next one tomorrow, but
no, I ain't going to worry about tomorrow. We're not thinking about it till Thursday. Staff, everybody, we're taking a Sabbath tomorrow. Wednesday, nobody's coming to the office. We're going to stay home, be with our families. We're going to rest. If somebody chooses to watch some film or make some phone calls, that's on them. But we're going to enjoy this. We're going to rest. We're going to recover. Then we're going to come back Thursday, and we're going to be ready to get after it.
What is the level of frustration the way that second half went? You held a lead for most of it, and then the game did have to go to overtime.
No. I mean, I'm going to go and look at the last 5 minutes of regulation and say, what are the things that we could have done better, right? And I'm sure there are going to be some things we could have done better. But while it's going on, I'm not frustrated. I'm just thinking what's the next play? And I think our guys are there too. Like they're thinking, what's the next play? They did a really good job of helping off of the guys they need to help off of and making it hard for everybody else. I thought we did a really good job of trying to sub offense for defense so that they couldn't do that. And so it was a chess match going on out there.
Going back to your team being focused tonight, you think this was maybe the most perfect minutes your team had in a game all season?
Most consistent, yes. Yeah, most consistent. I think when Coach Marco does the breakdown, he'll probably, have 5 or 6, maybe more than that, perfect defensive possessions that we chart, and that's one of the things he does. And so, I mean, this was a good win. This was a good win, and our guys deserve to enjoy it. But like I tell them all the time, for every 1,000 men who can handle adversity, there's only one who can handle success. And so we've got to, when it's time, move on to the next thing. But right now, we're going to enjoy this.
How much tutelage is there for that mindset of making stops comes before runouts and getting fast break points?
Well, we do this thing all in practice, stop, score, stop. If you want to, I always tell them, if you want to win a championship, you got to get a stop, a score, and a stop. And, that's what we did. We got a stop, came down, made a shot, and then went back down with 4 seconds and 3.9 and got a stop. And so we do it in practice. It's a practice drill for us.
Your rotation seemed a little bit smaller in this game. Are you kind of starting to hone in now on the guys you trust in big moments, or was that just more dictated by specific? Yeah,
I think it was just more dictated by specific things and what we thought were good matchups. Probably hindsight could have got RJ in the first half. He's a guy that has to be guarded out there. RJ's doing a great job, man. His defense has improved so much. He's fighting through screens. He's getting deflections. Last game he had a big time deflection, recovery, kick ahead for a bucket. This game, I think he did the same thing. Got caught on Dixon in the post, and so the young guys are coming along, right? And we got to figure out to find some minutes for him. But this game we didn't think like there was a time we need to have 3 freshmen on the floor at one time.
You brought in TP and Art, and before the season, obviously, we're in Kansas City. We're talking about potential of these guys. Coach, I'm just curious, how close are TP and Art to playing to their potential, and maybe what you envisioned for them when they came to K-State?
That's a good question. Man, I'm one of them dudes that, if you, you give me 10, then I'm like, bro, we could have got 12. you know, and so there's always a little bit more I think guys can give. They their winning DNA is what I thought it would be, right? And so their buy-in is coming around, you know, and how we want to do it. Like there's a lot of ways to win, but this is how we choose to do it, and they're buying into that more. And now we got to see, can we put, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 games together of consistency. And you know, I don't know that I can make that statement just right now, but I wouldn't trade him for anybody.
After the game, we're walking toward the tunnel while Marley's playing. What's the significance of that?
Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing's gonna be all right. I mean, you know, man, what I love about my staff, our team, and this program is that we know how to celebrate, and we celebrate differently than other people. You know, for some people, you know, some people. I like the joy that we live our life with, and that comes from our relationship with Jesus Christ. And you know, and we can enjoy life together. And man, this thing is hard, right? It's hard, and so there wasn't. I don't know that there was significance to the song, because we play a bunch of different calypso type songs in the tunnel when the guys are coming up after games. And so but you know, these dudes are fun to be around, man, and I'm blessed. Hey, thank you guys. Go Cats.